Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. You're welcome to today's live stream. I want to believe you can hear me loud and clear. If you can, please drop a comment. You're welcome. How has been trading this week? I hope it's been profitable. You're welcome. Good to have you in today's live stream. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. You're welcome. You can hear me loud and clear. Please drop a comment. Drop a comment. How has been trading? How has it been this week? I hope it's been profitable. Please confirm you can hear me. Confirm you can hear me. How has been trading this week? Confirm. Waiting for your response. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. You're welcome. You're welcome. You are welcome. I need to be sure you guys can hear me before I start the class. Waiting for your response. How has been your trading this week? I would like to know if it's been profitable or not. Please drop it in the comment section. How has it been this week? Okay, let's go straight to business. We'll start by looking at the fundamentals for today. Let's check the news calendar. To confirm you can see my screen. You can see my screen. I'd like to know. Confirm you can see my screen. Confirm you can see my screen. You all are welcome. Okay, let's go straight to the calendar. I believe you all can see my screen. So today is Wednesday, the 29th of October. 15 major news from Canada and the United States. That of Australian dollar has been released, and you can see the data was positive for Australian dollar. The data was positive for Australian dollar. You can see actual is higher than the forecast for the CPI QQ, CPI YY, and the trimmed main CPI. So we should expect Australian dollar to be bullish. Immediately this news got released, Australian dollar is expected to be bullish. Okay, so we'll confirm that on the chart. Okay, at the time this news was released, let's see how traders reacted to the news. That was 1:30 a.m. Nigerian time, and by 2:45 p.m. Nigerian time, the Bank of Canada monetary policy report will be released, and also the rate statement and the overnight rate will be released by 2:45 p.m. And by 3:30 p.m. Nigerian time, Bank of Canada press conference will hold by 3:30 p.m. Nigerian time. So we should expect high volatility on card pairs, Australian dollar pairs, and the United States dollar pairs. So today, the United States will be releasing its federal funds rate. Also, FOMC meeting be holding today. You can see by 7:30 p.m. Nigerian time. The conference will hold by 7:30 p.m. Nigerian time. So these are the major news we are expecting today. These are the major news that we are expecting today. So let's go straight to the chart. So like I said, we'll start by let's look at Australian dollar USD. Let's see how traders reacted to that news. Let's see if it actually played out as expected. Okay, but before we do that, I want us to analyze the dollar index and also the yen basket to know the strength of the dollar and that of the yen. You're welcome. The Max, you're welcome. You're welcome. If you have any question or if there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Okay, yen basket. Let's start with the daily time frame. So daily, you can see yesterday was strongly bullish. Yesterday was strongly bullish on yen, and this morning, as you can see, the liquidity residing at the high of yesterday has been swept. Okay, the liquidity residing at the high of yesterday has been swept. Okay, so let's go down to 4 hour and see the pattern we have on 4 hour. Let's see, and also you can see here on the daily time frame we have this fair value gap, which is in confluence with this support zone resistance. You can see. So to me, that's a key level or a key zone. You can see we have this fair value gap here. Liquidity has been swept, and we have this support zone resistance. You can see. So let's go down to 4 hour. Let's see what's happening on 4 hour. 4 hour we had this support. So if 1 hour or 4 hour candle closes below this support, one could consider selling. But if price breaks out from this resistance zone, then one should consider buying the yen basket. As you can see, the previous 4 hour candle closed as an hammer. Okay, it closes as an hammer. So if it breaks out from this resistance, we should expect more buys. But let's see what we have on 1 hour for the formation of this 4 hour candle. Let's see the pattern we had. Okay, so 4 hour also, 1 hour has closed below this zone. 1 hour has closed below this zone. So based on what we have here, this is sell at the moment. This is a sell pattern at the moment. We would only consider buying if price breaks out from this resistance area. So this is a sell setup on yen basket. This is a bearish setup. 4 hour and 1 hour time frame. I hope that is clear. Good morning, Mr. Chidi. Good morning. Okay, so that's my take on the yen basket. This is a bearish setup at the moment. This is a bearish setup. Would only consider buying if price breaks out from this resistance. I hope that is clear. So let's look at dollar index. Dollar is still bullish, as you can see. Dollar is still bullish. Dollar is still bullish. Look at let's start with the daily time frame. Okay. So I am still very bearish on the dollar. I'm still bearish on the dollar. So dollar has swept liquidity. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It has swept the liquidity that was residing at the high of Monday candle. It has swept that liquidity, and I think it has swept the liquidity residing at the high of Tuesday also. Tuesday, Monday. So today the market might create the high for the week. Okay, dollar index might create the high for the week. It has swept Tuesday liquidity, also Monday liquidity, so it might form the high for this week. So this candle might form the high for this week. So let's go down to power and see what's happening on power. If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, please let me know in the comment section. If you are yet to give the video a thumbs up, please do right now. Give it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time joining the live stream, please do ensure you subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Okay, you're welcome. Thanks for joining. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so this is dollar. So we have this this fair value gap here. Okay, this could be its destination. You can see this fair value gap on 4 hour. This could be the destination for dollar. That could be the destination for the dollar. And we also have this sell side imbalance. You can see we have this fair value gap here. So price will either go fill that fair value gap before coming to fill this fair value gap. So that could be the destination for the dollar, because as you can see here, we have this relative equal highs. This relative equal highs might be used as liquidity. Okay, this might be used as liquidity, and if they sweep the liquidity residing at this previous high, there is a high probability they will fill this gap before going bearish. So you might want to consider selling dollar from this zone. That's my take. Okay, remember we are expecting FOMC meetings. Conference will hold today. Okay, FOMC will hold today. So if you're trading today, I would advise that you should be conservative. Today is not the day for you to take unnecessary risk. Don't over leverage. Okay. So that's my take for the dollar. The dollar is still bullish at the moment. It's still bullish at the moment. Look for yourselves around this zone. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. So let's move on to GBP USD. If you have any question or any pair, if you have any challenges with risk management, any question, any forex related question that you have, just drop it in the comment section. So GBP USD is still very bearish. You can see it's still very bearish, but this is not the right time to sell. Okay, this is not the right time to sell. If you take a sell now, it will be as a result of FOMO. You have missed this opportunity, let it go. Let it go. You have missed this opportunity. This would have been the best entry after the formation of this engulfing pattern. That is where you should have sold. Okay, that is where you should have sold. This would have been a good entry. This is on 4 hour time frame, but let's go to 1 hour. Let's see what we had on 1 hour. Okay, so you can see here we had this finding top, so you should have entered sell from this point. You should have entered sell from this point. If you had missed this opportunity, you had another opportunity at this point after this little retracement here. You should have entered sell probably at this point after the formation of this engulfing. If you had missed this opportunity, you had another opportunity after this retracement. You should have entered sell from this point. So if you have missed this 1, 2, 3 opportunity, you shouldn't sell from the current market price. Okay, don't catch the falling line. Don't catch the falling line. This market has already moved. Don't try and sell at the moment. It's very risky. The risk is very high. Okay, if you want to sell, you should wait for price to pull back to a premium area. before you sell. I would rather look for buy in this case than sell. I would rather look for buy in this case, but I need to see my patterns on the chart before I take the buy. But right now, it is still very bearish. Dollar is still very bearish. You can't buy dollar at the moment. You can't buy dollar at the moment. Okay, you can't buy dollar at the moment. Few minutes, guys. Okay, let's move on. Someone is requesting for gold. Let's see. We've looked at GBP USD. Let's look at Euro USD before we look at gold. Euro USD. Euro USD is also bearish. Let's start with the daily time frame. So you can see yesterday candle looks like a spinning top. Looks like a spinning top. So this is still bearish. You cannot buy euro. Sorry, you cannot sell Euro USD now, though it is still bearish. You should have entered earlier. So if you have missed this move, just let it go. Let it go. Don't jump in and start selling. Don't jump in and start selling. Okay. Wait for a retracement. If you are considering selling, you can see it has created a fair value gap here in 4 hours. If you think the trend is still bearish, you should wait for price to pull back to the gap, or at least it should come retest this support it has broken. It should come retest the support it has broken. That is where you should be considering selling. That is where you should be considering selling. But right now, I do not advise that you sell from the current market price. You should wait for, though Euro USD might come, probably it wants to come and fill this fair value gap. Okay, probably it wants to come and fill this fair value gap. Okay, selling from the current market price is not a good entry, not a good price. So either wait for price to pull back to this zone before you sell on Euro USD. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Okay, let's move on to the next pair, gold. Gold, long-term gold is bullish, but I think gold is likely going to sell. Okay, let me delete this. So let's start with the daily time frame. So yesterday gold was bearish. Yeah, it was more bearish yesterday. We had more sales than buys yesterday. When the market opened, I think it first bought, then sold. And before the close of the market, it closed at equilibrium. It closed at equilibrium, and you can see today the market has been bullish because yesterday candle closed as a spinning top, and it has swept the liquidity. We had our liquidity residing at the high of yesterday. That's the buy side liquidity, and we had the sell side liquidity residing at the low of yesterday candle. Now it has swept buy side liquidity. What next? Okay, it has swept buy side liquidity, and you can see also we have this fair value gap here. Could it be that it wants to fill this fair value gap? Okay, so it has swept buy side liquidity. So let's go down to lower time frame to see what's happening on the lower time frame. Let's see 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour also is still strongly bullish after sweeping the liquidity residing at this relative equal high. That's a bullish setup. It's still very bullish, but this is not the right time to buy. You should have entered buy at this point. If not bought good from this point, you cannot buy from the current market price. You cannot buy from the current market price. If you didn't buy good from this point, buying at this point is at a very high risk. If you want to buy, you should wait for price to retrace back to a discount area before you buy. That's my take on gold. Don't buy from the current market price. Okay, because it just swept buy side liquidity. You can see, and also we had this fair value gap here. Okay, we had this fair value gap at this point. Can you see the gap? We had this fair value gap, and that gap has been filled. Okay, it has been filled. Once it got filled, created an high. And I think what they want to achieve this morning is to sweep the liquidity, because a lot of liquidity have expected sell after the formation of this shooting star. So probably they want to sweep all the stop losses residing at this high before going bearish. If I'm going to take any risk on gold at the moment, it will be a sell. It will be a sell. If a bearish reversal pattern forms, okay, after price sweep liquidity, so you can see on 15 minutes, we had a doji. The previous candle closed as a doji. You can see that. So if price closes, let's say 15 minutes candle closes below the low of this doji, then we should expect more sales on gold. Okay, we should expect more sales on gold. If a candle closes below the low of this doji, 15 minutes or 1 hour closes below that low, we should be looking for sales on gold. Okay. Any question? Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? If you are yet to give the video a thumbs up, please give it a thumbs up so that others can get to see this video. What other pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. What other pair do you want me to analyze? What other pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Let's see GJ. GJ has been bearish for some days now. The past 3 days, GJ has been bearish. Let's start with the daily time frame. So you can see GJ has been bearish since Monday. It's been bearish. We had a shooting star on the daily time frame on Monday, and after the formation of that shooting star, GJ has been bearish. Okay, it's been bearish. Probably it wants to come fill this gap, this opening gap that we experienced last 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. Probably it wants to come and fill this opening gap. Probably, okay. Probably it wants to come fill that opening gap. Okay, but let's see what's happening on 4 hour at the moment. Okay, so still bearish, but you agree with me that it will not be wise to sell from the current market price. This is where you should have sold. We had a doji spinning top. This would have been the best entry for sell. If you didn't sell from this point, why would you want to sell from this point? It has done over 200 years. It has done over 200 pips, 200 and something pips. So why would you want to sell from this point? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So if you want to sell, I would suggest you wait for price to pull back. There should be a retracement to a premium area. You might look for sell from this fair value gap. That's my take. Don't sell from the current market price because the risk will be too high. The risk will be too high. So best is to wait for price to pull back before you sell. But if you insist on selling from the current market price, your stop loss should be several pips, let's say 20 pips above the high of this 4 hour candle. Insist, but I feel it's risky. The risk is more. Okay, this high might be used as liquidity. It might be used as liquidity. So if you insist on taking the trade, set your stop loss several pips above this high. That's my take on GJ. I'd rather look for buy at the moment. Look for buy. Okay, I'd rather look for buy than sell. There has to be a retracement to a premium area for me to consider selling. I hope that is clear. Any question, let me know in the comment section. Any question? Any question? Any question? G. James Assam, I believe you joined while I was analyzing GJ. Okay, can't sell GJ from the current market price. So it has not given us a bullish pattern for us to buy. It has not, the bullish buyers has not been confirmed. It has not been confirmed. It has not been confirmed. So okay, on 1 hour we have what looks like a spinning bottom and hammer. Okay, so 1 hour, if we go by 1 hour, we have a buy setup here on 1 hour. Okay, we have a buy setup on 1 hour, but you might want to wait for, let's say, 15 minutes or 1 hour candle to close above these highs. Okay, wait for 1 hour candle to close above this high. Like right now, we have this resistance which has become a support stone resistance, and we had this resistance that has been created here, so we should wait for a breakout. That's what I would suggest, to wait for a breakout. 1 hour or 15 minutes should close above this zone before you buy. Okay, wait for 1 hour or 15 minutes to close above that zone before you buy. That would be my advice on GJ. If you want to buy, wait for 1 hour or 15 minutes to close above this resistance it has created. I hope that is clear, Mr. Sam. I hope that is clear. Any question? If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Any question? Any question? How has been trading this week? I hope it's been good. It's going well. If you experience any challenge, any difficulty, would like to know in the comment section. Hopefully, we prefer a solution. What are your challenges? What are your challenges? What other pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. You're welcome, Mr. Sam. You're welcome. If you have any question, I'd like to know. If there's any other pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Okay, any question? Any question? Do you have any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Any other pair you want me to analyze? USD card, Starotesco. Good morning. USD card, okay. Let's see USD card. Let's see USD card. USD card. So USD card has been bullish. Okay, let's start with the daily time frame. So USD card, as you can see, USD card is bullish at the moment. You can see USD card. If today's candle closes as an hammer, you should expect more buys on USD card. If today's candle closes as an hammer, you should expect more buys on USD card. So let's see for our, let's see what's happening for our. So you can see the previous 4-hour candle closed as an hammer. This is a buy setup on USD card. This is a buy setup on USD card, and USD card might come fill this gap. That could be the next target for USD card. That could be the next target for USD card. You can't sell USD card from the current market price. You should have sold USD card from this point. After the formation of this hanging man, this bearish hanging man, this is where you should have sold USD card. So if you didn't sell from this point, you cannot sell at this point. You want to wait for price to pull back to a premium area before you sell. You want to wait for price to pull back to a premium area before you sell. Mr. Isaiah, good morning. Okay, so this is a buy setup on USD card. Okay, let's see 1 hour. So here's the card has been bullish. So this is what I would advise. If you have missed, this would have been a good buy. This would have been a good entry, and the market is trading on just 15 pips, 15 pips above this level, which is not bad. You can still take a buy, but if you are patient, you can wait for price to pull back to a discount area. Okay, you can wait for price to pull back to a discount area before buy. You could also take your buy from the current market price, because the difference from the current market price to where you ought to have entered, which would have been this level, is not that much. It's just about 18 pips, and you should set your stop loss 20 pips below the low of this candle. I'm going to take this trade on USD card. My stop loss will be 20 pips below the low of this candle, 20 pips below the low of this candle. And my risk reward will be 1 to 2 at least. My risk reward will be 1 to 2. So if I take this trade from this point, 3949, stop loss 20 pips below this level, that will be 1.3903. That's about 45 pip risk, 45 pip. If I'm risking 45 pips, I want to make at least 70 pips on that trade, 70 pips on that trade. But it's best in this case to wait for the price to pull back to this zone. Okay, so that by the time you take this trade from this point, your stop loss will be less than 30 pips. And with 30 pips, you can aim for 60 pips. Okay, so that's my take on USD card. This is a buy setup on USD card. This is a buy setup on USD card. Any question? This is a buy setup on USD card. Any question? I hope that is clear, Mr. Artesco. We've analyzed GJ. GJ looks bullish at the moment. Crude oil. GJ looks bullish at the moment. Looks bullish at the moment. Okay, you want us to look at okay, let's look at crude oil. Let's see what crude oil WTI. So let me look at the weekly. I've not analyzed crude oil this week, so let me see the weekly chart. Okay. So far this week, market has swept liquidity residing at these highs. Probably it filled the fair value gap. Let's see. That's swept the liquidity residing at this previous high. And let's see if it filled the fair value gap. Okay. So you can see we had this fair value gap. You can see. So market has attempted filling that gap. And you can see there's a strong rejection. So if today's candle closes bearish, then we should expect more sales on crude oil. This is a sell setup on crude oil. Let's see for our. Okay, so this is a sell setup on crude oil. What we have here is a sell. But this would have been the best entry for sell on crude oil. This would have been the best entry for sell. We had a doji, and the next candle closed as an angle man. Let's see, we had a doji, and after the formation of a doji in an upward trend, you advised to wait for the next candle to close bearish. So this is where you should have entered sell after the close of that angle man. This is where you should have entered sell. So if you didn't sell from this point, you should definitely want to wait for price to pull back. Okay, you want to wait for price to pull back. This won't be a good price to start selling oil. This won't be a good price. You should wait for price, be patient for price to pull back. At least wait for price to come and sweep this liquidity that it has created here. Okay, you want to wait for price to come and sweep this liquidity that has created before you go bearish. That is how I will trade crude oil if I decide to trade it. But I don't trade crude oil. I don't. So that's my take on crude oil. So I think that will be all for today's session. I appreciate every one of you for your participation. Mr. Rotesco, you are trading, or is it all the instruments you're trading? You're trading USD card, you're trading crude oil, you're trading GJ, you're trading German 40. Is it all the pairs that you trade? Is it all the financial instruments you trade? German 40. So German 40 on 4-hour time frame, as you can see, it's been in a range. It's been in a range. It's been in a range. German 40 is a very volatile instrument. It's a very volatile instrument. You need good capital to be able to trade this instrument. You need good capital. If you're not that experienced, please don't look at German 40. Don't look at crude oil. Just trade currency pairs. Once you start making profits consistently on currency pairs, they consider trading German 40, gold. These are very volatile pairs. As a beginner, I don't think you have the mental stamina to trade this instrument. If you're a beginner, you don't have that mental strength unless you're just willing to stress yourself. Okay, so let's go down to 4-hour. Okay, so this is what we have on 4-hour. Let's see 1 hour. You can see the direction is not clear, but if I'm going to take any trade now, say I want to take a risk, it will be sell based on what we have on 1 hour. This is a shooting star which formed at a premium area. If you apply your Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low, price has pulled back to a premium area, and we had a shooting star. So I'll wait for the current 1 hour candle to close. If it closes bearish, then I'll look for sell. If the current 1 hour closes bearish, I would rather take a sell than buy. Okay, so that's it for today's session. I appreciate every one of you. Please, if you're here to give the video a thumbs up, please do right now. And if it's the first time joining the live stream, I want to say a big thank you for your participation. Please do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. I remain yours faithfully, Maxwell Emmanuel. Bye for now.